I believe that people that falsely accuse people of committing a crime without proof, and then that person suffers real life consequences for those allegations, whether it be prison time or them taking their own lives, deserve to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, because that is not cool. This story is about this guy, this TikToker. He's a gamer. His name is Inquisitor, and he played Call of Duty online, and he ended up taking his life over some false allegations. We're gonna look into the video, and then I'm gonna give you my thoughts on this whole situation. This what you see here is Inquisitor's live after he took his life. That's one of his friends trying to break into his home to see if it's okay.
Oh my god.
If you look on the top right of the live, he has about almost 1,000 people watching this.
That is a video of a 23-year-old cosplayer who just took his own life on live due to false allegations of him being a pedophile. This girl named Keegan's Mask, who's a part of the cosplay community, and her boyfriend, who has almost 1 million followers, took to their platforms and spread false allegations and lies about this 23-year-old man talking to minors.
Here's a little bit more details in regards to the individuals. One of them is actually in the military. The guy is in the military. He almost has 1 million followers on TikTok. He's a pretty big TikToker.
His accusers are a 20-year-old man who we only know as Tito, this adult woman who we only know as Keegan's Mask, and Tito's 17-year-old minor girlfriend who we only know as AJ.
It's crazy they try to play that on him, and Tito's girlfriend was technically underage.
The plot to forge false allegations against Inquisitor 3 began in mid to late September when Tito and his minor girlfriend AJ began exchanging texts like these. AJ asks, "What the f are we gonna do?" Tito responds, "It's not a life or death crisis, and here's what I want you to do. I want you to keep flirting with him and see where it goes. If he starts to get, then I will expose him. We just need better and more proof." However, their attempts didn't work, and as you can see here, when AJ attempts to say things like, "I love you, date me," Inquisitor 3 plainly rejects her, saying, "You should ask in general if you can DM me." She says, "Oh, sorry, can we get to know each other?" Nope. Why? She says, "I'm not a minor," a lie, but he says, "I'm not interested, I'm sorry." AJ even acknowledges that Inquisitor had minor DNI, which means do not inbox, in his bio, and she chose to still lie.
He absolutely did have that in his bio. And the fact that he kind of told her, "You should ask if you could DM me first," maybe perhaps he got to kind of feel like she might be underage, but wasn't too sure. Because you never know nowadays, man. I mean, 17 and an 18-year-old, dude, the face doesn't really change. You know what I'm saying? So it's very easy to get caught up, especially when a lot of these females be lying, which she did this with the whole purpose of lying and trying to get them caught up with some shit.
This is her messaging Keegan, talking about how they need to get more evidence. So at the behest of these two adults, Tito and Keegan's Mask, AJ then offers to start doing some editing work for Inquisitor 3, which he accepts, believing she is an adult. Once AJ started doing edits for Inquisitor 3, she, Tito, and Keegan's Mask began saving any and every message that read as even remotely flirty between the two of them in their campaign against him. But Inquisitor caught on to this and even started to call her out. He said, "I'm not a fan of the way you acted." Huh? If you can please stop texting me, you'd be very kind. Damn, what did I do?
Man, people need to start learning to just block people. You know, like, he shouldn't even have a conversation with this shit. He's just, "Oh, damn, they're trying to set me up or some shit." Oh, blocked.
"I just want you to see this. You know me. You know who I am. I never exposed you. I just want to talk with you again." As he becomes more and more wise to the accusations they're starting to make about him, she starts to act even more stupid. He provides screenshots, however, of her saying, "You do know he's a, right? I got a lot of proof." He says, "So who's this?" That's when she starts to say, "I didn't do that. Oh, no way. My friend Diana's on my account." He says, "Bro, get a life."
The fact that she couldn't even, like, create, like, a burner account or something like that and do it anonymously is insane. That she did it literally from her account and think that this guy was not going to see it or somebody wasn't going to see it.
And in early October, after Inquisitor 3 decided to finally stop talking to AJ for good after hearing she was trouble, Keegan's mask led the charge and they launched their attack against him. It wasn't much, but Keegan's mask began sharing these messages out of context in a desperate attempt to paint Inquisitor as a predator. The thing she left out, however, is that these were just enthusiastic responses to him finding that she had created so many edits for him in such a brief amount of time.
Okay, let's see what he was saying. She said, I'm almost done. Just need the shakes. Alright. Can't really make out what she's trying to say there, but he says, thank you, honey. You have all the time. You can send it when you want. I mean, I don't really see nothing wrong there. I mean, me personally, I'm extremely careful with the way I speak to females. I try not to speak to them at all if I could avoid it, because nowadays, especially when it comes to work, you gotta be very, 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 very careful, man, because naturally some guys just talk like that. You know what I'm saying? But in today's world, man, it's too risky. You can't even hold the door open for a woman anymore without her telling you, I can hold it myself. It's like, I'm just being nice. I would have done this to anybody, you know. A gorilla could have been walking in this direction and I would have stopped and held the door open. It's called being a decent human being. Those women are the worst, man. I think every dude at some point has had that happen to him where, you know, you're walking in, somebody's walking behind you, you hold the door. You feel me? That happened to me one time, and, you know, I just let it go. I don't really entertain that bullshit. But in my head, I was like, ooh, if I knew you was going to say that, I would have slammed the door right in your face right as you was walking in.
And also fully believing she's an adult. But because she's a pretty popular girl, Keegan's mask's accusations spread like wildfire. And after multiple days of online and offline attacks, having the worst and heftiest accusations lodged against him, and believing that his life was over, Inquisitor 3 left us. Keegan and Tito have both issued statements, not apologies or condolences, mind you, but excuses that all they did was share their concerns. But as the rest of us remain devastated and broken in the wake of these unnecessary lies, we do have a lot of questions to ask. Should minors face repercussions for lying about their age online, especially if it results in so much damage? Is there any justice these false accusers will face, or will they just remain anonymous trolls online forever? If you are a man feeling depressed, anxious, or struggling at all, please remember that there is a crisis hotline at 988 in the States, or just reach out to literally anyone. I can promise you that your brothers would always rather you cry on their shoulder than them be crying at your funeral. Rest in peace, Vincent. You didn't deserve this, man.
Pretty good. We did it. Saber Theory just followed me. Saber Theory just followed.
You know, this is a pretty sad situation all around. You know, I wish that, you know, young man would have never took his life, you know, behind this. But I can understand how the pressure, because he was born in the year 2000. You know, this idea of, back in the day, you used to call it cyberbullying. When the internet was still new, I mean, cyber, imagine. Such an old word, right? Now they just call it online bullying, you know. And like, if you're born in the 90s or before that, to you, it's a silly idea. Because when my generation, when we first started hearing these stories about kids, you know, taking their lives because of like social media, people bullying them on social media, we were like scratching our heads like, why didn't you just like log out? You know what I'm saying? Or block the person, or just don't go online. Like, that could never register with us, how somebody trolling you online could lead to you taking your life. We couldn't understand that. We could understand real life bullying because that's in your face. That's what we were used to, right? But the social media thing, it was just weird because it's like literally like you have the power to see this or not. Like, just turn off the computer, log out, or just stay off social media or block the person. You know what I'm saying? But what a lot of people don't understand, and we're starting to understand now, is that at the end of the day, what's real is reality isn't really objective. It's not. If your mind believes it, you feel the negative emotional consequences as if it was happening right in front of you. For example, the people that get, like, how many people haven't we seen that get banned from social media and they have like a mental breakdown? They go into a state of depression. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, like, they say, oh, there's no more freedom of speech. It's like, my man, ain't nobody stopping me from going outside and saying whatever you got to say. What are you talking about? But because our minds are on social media, we believe that this is our new reality and we're really living in here. And literally, you'll see a negative comment and you have a real life negative emotional response to that comment as if it was a real person that said it to you. And the thing about social media, the amount of bots that exist on social media is crazy. But that's besides the point, right? A lot of people out there getting mad and it's a bot fucking with them. Imagine that. AI. You beefing with AI, bro. I feel like more people need to get their minds off the internet and realize that it is not the real world. But unfortunately, in the case of this young man, imagine being 20, you know, growing up as a teenager as the internet is developing, and then a young man, and, you know, living in a world of censorship and where somebody points the finger at you, goes into your past and just destroys your life. Like, I can understand how all that pressure, you know, in the mind of an individual like that could eventually get him to do something stupid. it just sucks that ended up costing him his life. And it sucks that all the parties involved are going to have no real repercussions, because technically speaking, at the end of the day, if I tell you to off yourself and you do, I didn't do anything. I didn't force you to do it. I didn't put a gun to your head. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, you know, when these situations happen, people just literally just say, oh, no, I didn't force him to do anything. I didn't make him. That's not going to hold up in the court of law. You feel me? But I really do feel like the laws maybe perhaps needs to start changing a little bit, where something has to happen to these people, because, like, they were literally fishing for it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like the kid did something, came across their desk, you know what I'm saying? Somebody slid in the DMs, like, oh shit, yo, look what this guy's up to. You know, that's an apple. Somebody you're beefing with, whatever the case may be, right? And then you're like, oh, snap. And then you put it out there. That's a little different. But they were fishing for it. And he kind of caught on, like, yo, this is a little weird. What's going on over here, man? And he kind of, hey, you know what? Don't hit me up anymore. And when they saw they couldn't really get anything, he was like, hey, you know what? Let's start painting pictures. You know, they became Picasso with it. And unfortunately, he's no longer here, man. And Call of Duty is actually dedicating a skin to him. You know, a ghost skin, because of that offer you saw at the end. And that in itself tells you that this is all BS, right? Because Call of Duty is not going to align themselves with a person who was actually guilty of whatever it is that they were accusing him, which is being a pedophile. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that they're giving him a skin, you know, shows you that these people really were BS and fishing for some shit, you know. But anyways, people, if you're going to be on the internet, be very, very careful. Don't entertain conversations with straight. If you're a man specifically, though, you got to be careful, my man. You got to be careful, bro, because people lie. People lie, man. And at the end of the day, it's up to you to look out for you. You know what I'm saying? Don't think that every female is your friend or every female has good intentions for you, bro. Me personally speaking, if I was coming up single in these times, dude, I wouldn't entertain no woman on the internet, because you just never know who's on the other end. You never know their age. You don't know anything. You don't know anything, man. So again, it sucks that this young man ended up taking his own life, especially live. You know, that's very traumatizing and disturbing. Peace!